Hi everyone, I hope you are all safe and healthy with your family and friends. In this video, we are going to learn about 11th Standard Accountancy, Chapter 4, Ledger Exercise Sum 8. Enter the following transactions in the books of Ganesan and post them into Ledger. The transactions are given below. Let me do one by one. 2017 October 1 started business with the cash rupees 25,000. What are the accounts are affected? Two accounts are affected, that is cash account and capital account. How do we say? Started business with the cash means cash comes into your business, so cash account increases. Whenever cash account increases, you debited the cash account. Okay, so started business with the cash means you invested cash into your business. So investment means capital. Capital increases, you credited the capital account. So the journal entry is cash account debtor 25,000 to capital account 25,000. Narration is started business with cash. The next transaction is October 5 deposited into bank rupees 12,500. So you imagine yourself, you are the owner of the business. You have what are the accounts are affected here? Two accounts are affected, that is cash account and bank account. You are the one when you are the owner of the business, you have 12,500 cash in your hand. Okay, so on October 5 you deposited that cash into your bank account. So your bank account increases. Whenever your bank account increases, you have to debit the bank account. Okay, then you have cash in your hand, right? So you deposited that cash, so cash goes out from your hand. Cash account decreases. Whenever cash account decreases, you credited the cash account. So what is the journal entry? The journal entry is bank account debtor to cash account 12,500 rupees, 12,500 rupees on both the side we have to enter. The narration is deposited into bank or cash deposited into bank. The next transaction is purchased furniture and payment by check rupees 2,000. What are the accounts are affected here? Purchased furniture means you have to take furniture only, furniture account and check account. Where check account go means bank, we take the bank account. Okay, so you purchased through bank, you made purchased furniture through bank means we take the bank account. Purchased furniture is the expenses, all the expenses are debited, so we debited the furniture account. How do you made the payment? You made the payment through check. Check means bank account, so your bank account decreases, so you credited the bank account. What is the journal entry? On October 10, furniture account debtor 2,000 rupees to bank account 2,000 rupees. What is the narration? Purchased furniture for check. Okay, what is the next transaction? On October 15, goods purchased for cash rupees 5,000. So goods what are the accounts are affected here? Two accounts are involved or affected here, that is purchases account and cash account. Purchases mean expenses, all expenses are debited, so we debited the purchases account 5,000 account debtor 5,000 rupees. How do you made purchases? You made purchases through cash, so your cash account decreases 5,000 rupees. Whenever your cash account decreases, you credited your cash accounts. What is the narration? The narration, what is the journal entry? On October 15, purchases account debtor 5,000 rupees to cash account 5,000. The narration is cash purchases. Then what is the next transaction? On October 19, sold goods to Vasu on credit rupees 4,000. So what are the accounts are affected here? Sales account and Vasu account. When you made sales to Vasu, this is the credit transaction, this is the credit sales. Okay, credit sales. So When you made sales to Vasu didn't made any payment to you. He didn't pay anything to you. So, but Vasu promised to you he will pay later. So, your debtor account increased how much rupees? 4,000 rupees. Whenever your debtor account increase, you have to debitate the debtor account. Who is your debtor? Vasu is your debtor. So, you debitate the Vasu account. Okay. So, what is the next account affected? Sales account affected. Whenever you made sales, your revenue increased. Okay. So whenever your revenue increases, you credited the revenue account. That means you credited the sales account. What is the journal entry? On October 19, Vasu account debtor 4,002, sales account 4,000. What is the narration? Credit sales. Okay. The next and last transaction is October 22, goods worth rupees 500 taken for personal use. Whenever you see personal use in the transaction, you have to write drawings. You have to use the term drawings. Drawings always comes in debit. So drawings account debtor. So what you taken for your personal use? Goods. Goods, we use the term, whenever you see the goods in the personal use, you will use the term purchases. So purchases account credited. So the journal entry is on October 22, drawing account debtor 500 rupees to purchases account 500 rupees. The narration is goods taken for personal use. So we paused the journal entries for the given transactions. Now we are going to post them into ledger. Before we are going to post them into the ledger, how many respective accounts we are going to post? There are 7 respective accounts we are going to post into the ledger. What are they? There are cash account, bank account, furniture account, purchases account, Vasu account and drawing account. Okay. The first account is capital account. We are going to post into the ledger account. Before we are going to post the cash account, how many cash transactions are appear in the journal? So 1, 2, 3 cash transactions are appear in the journal entry. So we are going to post 3 cash transactions into the ledger. So first we open the respective account on the top middle. What is the respective account we are going to post? Cash account. Okay. So we return cash account on the top middle of the ledger account. Okay. When did first cash transactions appears? It is appear on 2017 October 1. Okay. On which side? On debit side, cash account. What is the opposite account from the cash account? Capital account is the opposite account from the cash account. How much rupees? 25,000 rupees. So what we do now? We go to debit side on under the cash account dated on 2017 October 1 to capital account. This is the opposite account from the cash account. Rupees 25,000 entered in the amount column. When did next cash transactions appears? On October 5. On which side cash account has? It is on credit side. What is the opposite account from the cash account? Bank account is the opposite account from the cash account. How much rupees? 12,500 rupees. So under the cash account we go to credit side dated on 2017 October 5. What is the opposite account from the cash account? Bank account. So we always started with buy in the credit side. Okay. So we started with buy bank account. How much rupees? 12,500 we entered in the amount column. When did next cash transactions appears? It is on October 15. On which side cash account? Cash account is on credit side. What is the opposite account from the cash account? Purchases account is the opposite account from the cash account. How much rupees? 5,000 rupees. So we go to credit side, entered dated on 15. What is the opposite account we have to enter? By purchases account 5000 rupees, right? So under the cash account we come to credit side dated on 15. What is the opposite account from the cash account? Purchases account. So started with buy purchases account. How much rupees? 5000 rupees we entered. So we have 3 cash transactions in the journal entry. That 3 cash transaction we posted into the ledger. Now what we do? We have to find which side has the higher value or which side has the higher bigger value. Of course debit side has the bigger value, so we put that bigger value on both debit and credit side in total column. Okay, so we have to write 25,000 on debit and credit side equally in the total. Okay, then what we do? We have to find which side has the lesser value. Credit side has the lesser value. How much rupees? 12,500 plus 5,000 rupees. Totally have 17,500 rupees, right? Now we entered that 7,500 in the lesser value side. Okay, now balance carried on is to be entered in the particular column against the differences, and in the date column the last day of the accounting period is entered, that is 31 October 31. Balance carried on means closing balance of the cash account. We closed the cash account. Now the differences has to be brought down to the opposite side to enter below the total. Okay, then the balance brought down is to be entered in the particular column against the differences, and in the date column the first day of the next accounting period is entered, that is November 1 is the next accounting period. Balance brought down is the opening balance of the cash account, rupees 7,500. So cash account we posted on the ledger account. Okay, what is the next account we are going to post? Of course bank account we are going to post. How many bank transactions are appear here? There are 2 bank transactions are appear here on 5 October 5 and October 10. Let we do one by one. Okay, so first of all we open the respective account on the top middle of the ledger account. So bank account, the name of the account is bank account. We opened on the top middle of the ledger. Okay, when did first bank transactions occurs? On October 5. On which side? Bank account has on debit side. What is the opposite account from the bank account? Cash account is the opposite account from the bank account. How much rupees? 12,500 rupees. So under the bank account we go to debit side because bank account is on debit side, dated on 2017 October 5. To cash account 12,500. So to cash account means this is the opposite account from the bank account. We entered 12,500 in the date column. When did next bank transactions appears? On October 10. On which side? Bank account is on credit side. What is the opposite account from the bank account? Furniture account is the opposite account from the bank account, rupees 2,000. So we come to credit side under the bank account dated on 2017 October 10. Buy furniture account 2,000 rupees entered on the amount column. Then to find which side has the higher value, debit side has the higher value. So we total that higher value on both the side. To 12,500 we entered it on the amount column of the debit and credit side. Then to find which side has the lesser value, credit side has the lesser value. How much rupees? 2,000 rupees. How do we find the difference between the higher value and the lesser value? We have to subtract 2,000 from 12,500. How much rupees we get? We get the 10,500. So we enter the difference amount in the amount column of the lesser value which we have. So we have credit side as the lesser value. So we enter that difference amount 10,500 in the credit side in the date column. Balance carried down is to be entered in the particular column against the differences, and the date column, the last day of the accounting period is entered. Then the difference value has to be brought down to the opposite side, enter below the total. The balance brought down is to be entered in the particular column against the differences, and in the date column the first day of the next accounting period is entered, that is November 1. By balance brought down means opening balance of the bank account rupees 10,500. So bank account completed, we posted the bank account. What is the next account to be posted? Furniture account. When did furniture transaction appears? It is on October 10th. On which side furniture account has? It is on debit side. What is the opposite account from the furniture account? Bank account. How much rupees? 2,000 rupees. So we write the respective account on the top middle of the ledger account. What is the name of the account? Furniture account. Okay. When did furniture transaction occurs? It is on 2017 October 10. On which side furniture account has in the debit in journal entry? It is on debit side. So we go to debit side. What is the opposite account? To bank account is the opposite account. Okay, so we enter on debit side to bank account. How much rupees? 2,000 rupees. We enter 2,000 rupees in the date column, in the amount column. Okay, so furniture account, there is only one furniture transactions in the journal entry. We posted it on the ledger. Now we have to check which side has the higher value. Debit side has the higher value. So we have to put that bigger value in the total on both debit and credit side equally. So we have to write 2,000, enter 2,000 as the total on debit and credit side. Okay, then to find which side has the lesser value, credit side has the lesser value. So we have to write the difference value in the amount column of the credit side. So we enter 2,000 in the amount column of the credit side, that is lesser value side. Okay, against this amount, this differences, balance carried on is to be entered in the particular column against the differences, and in the date column the last day of the accounting period is entered, that is October 31. Then the difference amount has to be brought down to the opposite side, will be entered below the total. Okay, the balance brought down is to be entered in the particular column against the differences, and in the date column the first day of the next accounting period is entered. So this is the opening balance of the furniture account posted. Next we are going to post the respective account name is purchases account. Before that, how many purchases transactions are appear in the journal entry? There are 2 purchases transactions are appear in the journal entries. When did first purchases accounts are appear? It is on October 15. Okay, on which side purchases account is? Purchases account is on debit side. So what we do, first we write the name of the respective account. Purchases account, we write it on the top middle. This is the name of the respective account. Okay, then which side purchases account has? It is on debit side. So we go to debit side, write the date in the date column 2017 October 15. What is the opposite account from the purchases account? Cash account. So to cash account, how much rupees? 5,000 rupees. Then when did next purchases transactions occurs? It is on October 22. On which side of purchases account shows it is on credit side. So we go to credit side under the purchases account dated on 22 by drawings account 500 rupees. Okay, then we have to find which side has the bigger value. Debit side has the bigger value. What is the amount? How much? 5000 rupees. So we put that bigger value as the total on both debit and credit side equally. So we enter 5000 on debit and credit side. This is the total. Okay, then to find which side has the lesser value. Credit side has the lesser value. How much rupees? 500 rupees. Okay, then we have to find the differences. How do we find? We have to subtract that 500 from 5000. What we get? 4500. This that 4500 we have to enter in the lesser side. We entered that 4500 in the lesser side amount column. Then balance carried down is to be entered in the particular column against the differences, and in the date column the last day of the accounting period is entered, that is October 31. This is the closing balance of the purchases account. Now the difference amount, that 4500, has to be brought down to the opposite side, will be entered in below the total, and the balance brought down used to be entered in the particular column against the differences, and the in date column the first day of the next accounting period is entered, that is November 1. This is the next accounting period. Balance brought down is the opening balance of the purchases account rupees 4500. So purchases account posted. Now we are going to post the respective account name is Vasu account. When did Vasu transactions appears? On October 19. On which side Vasu account is? It is on Vasu account is on debit side. What is the opposite account from the Vasu account? Sales account is opposite account from the Vasu account. How much rupees? 4000 rupees. So we write the name of the account on the ledger account. The respective name of the account is Vasu account. We entered. On which side Vasu account is in the journal entries? Vasu account is on debit side. So we go to debit side, dated on 2017 October 17. Which is the opposite account from the Vasu account? Sales account is the opposite account from the Vasu account. So on debit side we always started with 2, the word 2. So we write 2 sales account. How much rupees we have to enter? 4000 rupees. Okay, then to find which side has the bigger value. Debit side has the bigger value, so we put the bigger value as the total on both debit and credit side equally. So we enter 4000 rupees in debit side total and 4000 rupees in the credit side total. Then to find which side has the lesser value. Credit side has the lesser value. How much rupees? 4000 rupees. Credit side has the, so we have to enter that difference amount in the amount column of the credit side. Then balance carried down used to be entered in the particular column against the differences, and in the date column the last day of the accounting period is entered, that is October 31. This is the closing balance of the Vasu account. Then the difference value 4000 rupees has to be brought down to the opposite side and will enter below the total. Balance brought down used to be entered in the against the 4000 rupees, dated on November 1. This is the next accounting period. This is the opening balance of the Vasu account. Vasu account posted on the ledger account. Then to find which is the next respective account to be posted in the ledger account. So sales account is the next respective account to be posted on the ledger. On which date sales account occurs? October 19. On which side sales account appears? On credit side. Which is the opposite account from the sales account? Vasu account is the opposite account from the sales account. How much rupees? 4,000 rupees. So we write the name of the account on the top middle of the ledger account. We go to credit side because sales account is appears on the credit side of the journal entry dated on 2017 October 19. What is the opposite account from the sales account? Vasu account. So we always started by in the credit side. So by Vasu account, how much rupees? 4,000 rupees. Okay. Then to find which side has the bigger value, credit side has the bigger value. So we put the bigger value as the total on both debit and credit side. So we we enter 4,000 rupees, 4,000 rupees in the amount column. This is the total. Okay. Then to find which side has the lesser value, debit side has the lesser value. So we enter the difference in the amount column of the lesser value side. So we enter the 4,000 in the lesser value side. Against this, balance carry down has to be entered against the differences, and in date column has to be entered the last day of the accounting period we entered here. This is the closing balance of the sales account. Then this difference value has to be brought down in the opposite side, will be entered in the below the total. We entered 4,000 rupees. Then balance brought down is to be entered against the 4,000 rupees dated on next accounting period of the period, that is November 1. Okay, this is the opening balance of the sales account posted in the. Then we are going to post the drawing account in the ledger account. Okay, when the drawing account occurs? It is on October 22. On which side drawing account shows? Drawing account shows on debit side. What is the opposite account from the drawing account? Purchases account. How much rupees? 500 rupees. So we write the name of the account on top middle of the ledger account. We go to debit side because drawing account is on debit side dated on 2017 October 22. To purchases account 500 rupees. This is the opposite account from the drawing account. Then which side has the bigger value? Debit side has the bigger value. So we put the bigger amount on both the side. So in the total, as the total. So we write 500 rupees as the total on both debit and credit side. Then to find which side has the lesser value, credit side has the lesser value. How much rupees? 500 rupees. So that we have to write the different amount differences in the lesser value side, that means credit side. Then by balance carry down is to be entered in the particular column against the differences, and in the date column the last day of the accounting period is entered. Then differences has to be brought down to the opposite side, will be entered below the total. Then balance brought down is to be entered in the particular column against the differences, and in the date column the first day of the next accounting period is entered, that is November 1, 2017. So this is the opening balance of the drawing account posted on the ledger account. Thank you. If you have any doubt, please comment it in the comment box. Thank you. Take care.